So the topic for today is project management. Being a project manager for over 7+ years, I just want to take this moment to have an opportunity to talk over about it. Okay. So coming to the agenda for today, I'll do, as Ms. Padapriya has already introduced me, I'll do a bit of some self-introduction about me, so where I was, what I do, and then we'll go for what is project, why project management. Then we can wind up with a question and answer session. Whereas if you want to interrupt me anytime, anywhere, I'm good with it. Okay, so on the introduction side, I am an alumni of Savita. So my name is Harish Kumar. So 2008 to 2012 batch of Savita Engineering College, ECE batch. So after my college life, I've joined Daimler, which is the parent company of Mercedes-Benz, where I was starting my career as a design engineer for wiring harness in electrical division. Then I later pursued or moved into project management as my core sector after some period of time. So 4+ years in Mercedes-Benz and now 4th year running in Volvo India Private Limited. So that's basic about me. Coming to what is a project. I hope since we are all engineering students here, the final year you will start with your project submission. So that's where I think you will start hearing more of projects. When you step into your corporate life, the very first thing you will get is a project. So you will be assigned to a project and you will be working for the project. So that's where you will be doing all the works related to one particular project or multiple projects simultaneously. Coming to it, so what is a project? So it is a temporary endeavor. I'll give you basic definitions initially. So it's a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique project, service, or a result. Anything that you want to do unique, someone, can you mute it over? Sorry. I think I'm getting an echo. Yeah, now it's clear. Okay, so it is a temporary endeavor which is used to create a unique project, service, or a result. So what is project, service, or result? We'll come to it. So it is temporary, that means it has a definite ending and a definite start, which is time bound. So most of the things which you do, it is always a time bound. So that is a project. Finally, a project that you take, you will have a time limit for your submission and it has to be something unique, which you and your group together coordinate and do, right? So that is called as a project. So it could not be a routine operation. So you brush daily, that is not a project. You go to office, that is not a project. But you do something like constructing a building, constructing a house, that is a project. One particular example which I wanted to give you, I hope you can see this. This is a satellite launch vehicle, SLV-3, very famous in the project management principles. As an example, Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who was the project director for this satellite launch vehicle and is well known for its success. Taj Mahal, again a project management example. A group of activities done by more than 10,000 people, but ended up with a marvelous beauty. Pyramids, again in the same case, without any tools and equipments, only with mankind, they have made such a wonderful creation. So these are all good examples for projects. In project, we talk about golden triangle. Mainly on Scope. So this is one of the triangle where we talk always scope. What is scope? So what do you want to deliver? That is in very simple plain words called a scope. Whether it can be an iPhone you want to develop, or whether you want to develop an aeroplane, you want to travel to a different country so that you plan whether to develop a Volvo truck or a software as such. So whatever is you want to develop, that should be as part of scope. So with scope, there is one more condition called schedule. Schedule in normal terms, it is called as time frame. So when do you want to give? So when you take iPhone, the normal release cycle is September every year, right? So that is their time frame. So when iPhone 11 introduced, the next project kickstarted for September 2020 for the iPhone 12. So that is what schedule meant. There is one more thing called cost. So, I mean, how much I am willing to pay for it. Whether it is $100 or it is $100 million project. So what is the company willing to pay for it, and whether I can finish within that cost is what is aiming. So this 3 is called the golden triangle of project management. This you will hear everywhere for your next 35 plus years if you are in an industry. And one center part is called quality. So combining all these 3 together, we have to give a quality. I am paying 1 lakh for iPhone. If I give you an iPhone for 1 lakh, and if I don't have a quality, will you like it? No. In similar way, I am giving you an MI phone at 1 lakh. Will you buy it? No. So that is where this all 3 triangles mingle together to form a quality. And upon all these 3, one more thing is most important in project management, which is the people. So nowadays, I think every company cares most about people. I mean, I think you are well aware of the COVID situation. So many layoffs are happening, so many salary cuts are happening, investment cuts are happening. But every organization has a policy for people, and this project management is mainly sits on top of people. So people sits on top of everything, and this is what we emphasize mostly as the golden triangle. So what is project management? So we understood what is project. So what is project management? This is one particular graph which I have thought to show you. Everything in your lifetime of activity or work or your personal balancing works that you do passes through all these 5 stages of work, which is one is the initiation part, where you start it and how do you want to plan it, and whether the execution part of it is going according to you as per your plan, and once everything is planned, whether you have done your closing work. So in all these 3 together, so we as I as a project manager, I start my activity here and I monitor everything which is happening to the end. So let's take one particular example. If we say that you want to travel to some destination or an abroad country as such, or like a travel plan, initially you will start with where do you want to go, and what is your budget, and how many people you want to involve in your travel, and what are the places that you want to try to visit. So that is come in this phase. So you plan everything here, you start everything, and slowly, so when this phase is done, then it comes to the next phase where you do booking, planning for the hotels and everything. And in this phase as such, you do everything, right? So booking of hotels, travel through air or flight or trains or any mode of travel. Then you enjoy the vacation or enjoy the travel. Then finally you come back to your home. And what you do is you take care of all your memories and you note it down somewhere or keep it in your heart. So this is one particular activity which is happening all around your life. But when it comes to project management in an official structure as such, there are lot many processes, lot many tools which we follow in all these stages. But generally what you have done all your life. So this is one particular slide which I've explained again. So the origination part where you initiate, then in office structures you have to go for everything for approval because every steps involves money. So every step you have to go for approval. And this is execution part where all the headcounts, me, you, and whoever is working for the company is work starting going to increase and increase and increase. No, so that is where is happening in this phase. So this is where we are all working our ass off for the company and trying to do the work initiated by a manager, approved, initially requested by a manager, supervisor, and what you want to do for work. So that is where this phase is most about. Why I posted this graph is one thing which we have to understand is this particular line. Let me go to the next one to explain more. Yeah. So this is one particular slide example. Why? Because when you start the project or when you start any activity, let's say, let's bring again the same travel plan. If I plan here that I have to go to Sweden, I have booked the travel, which is done. Then I have been to Sweden. Now I am in Sweden. Now I'm thinking I have to go to Switzerland also. This going to Switzerland was not part of your initial plan. But if you add it here, somewhere in the middle of execution phase, what happens is this is an additional cost to you, which is not approved, which you might not have during that part of time, and which is an additional overrun in terms of you as such. So during the initial times, the risk is very, very high. When you plan, so when you and you have already considered Switzerland as a risk with 0.5 lakh extra, initially, you might have gone to Sweden with 1.5 lakhs in hand. But if you don't do that, this 0.5 lakhs extra, which you are spending without planning, is an additional cost overrun, which is what is happening in projects, in companies, almost everywhere currently. And you might have you might have heard this. I think the Chandrayaan project, which they were planning, was an additional cost overrun of 30%. So this 30% is our income tax money, our taxes that we pay, which is gone additional because of some damages, because of some risks. So normally company don't take or approve those kind of additional overruns, and that is where this project management as a profession comes into picture. So we as project managers sit there, identify all the possible risks and uncertainties which can happen in the project, which can happen during the lifetime. We sit and track during the whole period of the project what should happen if this happens, what is the cost, what is the cost overrun, what is the time which is getting impacted, whether any quality that we have to reduce. These are all things that we discuss over table. This is common across industry, not only automobile, every industry, everything which is running on it is running only on these three factors. These three factors run or are most important in terms of every industry. Mainly the cost perspective, because every industry works for profits, and if you need profit, you need to clearly handle your project very well. So that is where this profession comes into picture. So why project management? I think I have explained in the previous slide itself. So over 10% of $1. Over 10% of $1 what we spend is because of poor project management or poor project performance. So normally if you are spending $100, nearly $10 is going only for a poor project performance, is wasted because of poor project performance. And 32% of the budget, that is $32 or 32 Indian rupee, is lost when a project fails to reach its goals. I want to create an iPhone 12 with OLED display, with 5 cameras in the rear, with an intelligent touch screen, all that. So if it is failing to reach its goals, the amount which you have spent is already lost. So that is where the industry trend says already when you take 100 projects, nearly 32% of projects are spending their money when wastely because it is not reaching their goals. And 40% of projects which is failed because of organization priorities. Let me give you my example. We wanted to bring in XC90 pure electric variant to India. XC90 is the Volvo's costliest car in the hybrid segment, which is cross hybrid segment. So we want to bring pure electric. Current we have is hybrid, which is petrol plus electric. We have petrol plus electric and diesel plus electric, which we have in our portfolio. So we want to bring in this. So what has happened? We have started working for it, and in meantime, what has happened? The government infrastructure setup, which is not supportable for electric industry for the next 5 to 6 years. So if I bring pure electric to India and at a cost of XC90, which will cost you more than 1.8 crores a vehicle, people might not be willing to buy for it, considering the current road scenarios, the infrastructure setup. So what has done, organization has changed its priority not to bring XC90 here. So that means whatever I worked till on XC90, it is already waste, which is well spent, which is not well spent, which is already done in the project sector. I mean, wasted in the project development. Just a minute, I'm facing a bit of issue. Yeah. So, and this is the most important part, which almost every company, if you go, you will feel it. I mean, I can understand at the present point of time, you might not be able to feel it, but when you join a company, almost 52% of the project experience scope creep. Scope creep is what I told initially. You want to go to Sweden only and come back to India. But when you are in Sweden, you changed your plan to go to Sweden, to Switzerland, to Paris, and then to India. So that means this is the original plan, and you have changed your plan in between. So this is there might be a timeline impact. Instead of 5 days, it might have taken 7 days. Instead of 10 places that you want to visit in Sweden, you might have visited only five places. And instead of 1 lakh, you might have spent 1.5 to 2 lakh. So these are all additional expenses that you are spending just because a scope creep has happened. And which in normal cases in companies we won't allow. There will be a top management guy who will be sitting in CCB. This is called as Change Control Board. So this Change Control Board is where all the leadership, when you take the Savita Engineering College or any engineering college as such, all the top management people like your principal, like your college founder, chairman, everyone will be part of this team. So every time you bring in some changes, it has to go to them. They have to approve all the course overrun, and then only you can take it forward. So that is how we control any changes to the project. So there should be some guy overlooking this project manage, overlooking this running informations, and that is where this 52%. But normally, this 52% is a study which was done by this institute called Project Management Institute, which I am a certified manager as such. So this is one of the prestigious institutions around where if you get certified, you will be eligible to become a project manager in most of the organizations. And this is where I come into why project management as such. This is one of the interesting places where over 68% of the company outsource their projects to third parties. That means 68% of the company requires project managers who are certified, who are experienced, certified in project management, and that is why this sector as such is currently growing at a more faster pace, equal to data scientists. When you see top 10 or top 15 growth, top 10 growth known industries, so growth or jobs to find it. This project management as a job will be there on at least in the top 5 or 7. So that is where currently this project management as such as a lucrative place for engineers or for managing. Almost all the IIM graduates settle in project management. So are you a project manager? So this question I just wanted to ask you. So are you a project manager if you have already planned for a get together with your friends? Exactly. So then you are already a project manager. You plan for a travel? Yes. If yes, then you are a project manager. If you do some research on buying a new phone, then you are a project manager already. I mean, almost everyone does your final year project. So normally we are all project managers by birth, and we continuously live as project managers in our own way. But when you come to the industry perspective as such, in all these lines, we do whatever we want to do. We don't worry about money or time, or the number of resources. For example, we have to go with 2 people, suddenly 5 people are entering into your car. We don't worry about it. But when it comes to official, normal company informations, everything has to go through a change control board. And if you want to pursue project management, so who are all can pursue project management? If you are already experienced in your domain, which you are entering into, let's say software, let's say hardware, let's say any domain, if you are experienced in your domain for minimum of 3+ years, then you are eligible for project manager. But as a project manager, if you are ready to work anytime, it's a high pressure zone. If you're ready to work for any time, you can pursue. If you're good with people, if you're good with communication, if you're good with presentation, and if you're good with build-up, so you have to do a lot of build-ups. I have done that, I have done this, I have done all the things in the world you think of, all the things, if you can do all the build-ups, then project management is one of the best course of your career. And good certification from PMI. So this Project Management Institute is one of the leading certification providers for project managers. Almost all the companies currently in India, I mean, it is well known in US, and if you are a certified PMP, if you're going to US, you are ready for a job. So already. And in India, it is now slowly increasing the need for project managers. And let's say, as an example of Volvo, if you want to become a project manager, you have to be a certified from Project Management Institute. So nowadays, organizations are moving towards project management certification, people who are good with project management. So there are many kinds of or lines of project management. So one is the technical project management. Let's say if you are from electrical industry, you go to a company called ZF Transmission. So that means you can become a technical project manager in a technical phase. Mechanical PM, you can be a good designer for a vehicle. You can be really a good designer for a fragrance bottle. So you can become a technical project manager in that particular line. So there is one more thing called strategy PM. So these guys sit on top of everywhere. So these guys are directly linked to the CEO of the organization. So they will be directly reporting to CEOs what all can be done next. So they decide the strategy of the company. So if, for example, if you take Reliance, when they enter into Geo as a sector, there was a strategy team under Mukesh Ambani who was there, helping him to help enter. So that team is the strategy of the sphere, as I understand, McKinsey, Goldman Sachs, everywhere there will be strategic PM openings which you can apply. So these guys sit on there and they do analysis for whether we can enter into a new profession as such. So, and you can be in the leadership team. So leadership team is where all the decisions for taken for the company, right? So this team also you can be part of. And what will be some advantages? So if you pursue project management, what are some advantages? So you will get high visibility in the organization. So like me, if you ask, I'm a project manager for, when you take Daimler, I was a project manager for a Mercedes-Benz vehicle. So I was reporting directly to my CEO. And so since you'll be reporting to CEO, you will be known to many people around, and you have high visibility that whatever work you do, whether if you work good, and you will be highly appreciated, and if you don't work in this sector, and you will be immediately thrown out. So high visibility, that is advantage, and same you can take it as a disadvantage. And career growth and leadership. So you will be placed in some leadership role very easily. Growth is accelerated to this PMs in a very faster level than other guys. Of course, if you are a developmental software engineer where your coding skills are far better than someone else, then the development is far higher compared to project management, and good compensation. So
yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, the same one.
Yeah, let me just, I'll stop here. Yeah, tell me.
I'm just updating, like your leave from your signal is weakened from here, like visibility of the project managers. Yeah.
Okay, so my signal was weak from here, right? So yeah, so see, the main point is, okay, on the visibility factor. So if you are a project manager, And so why do you want to become a project manager? And if you want to have, so what are the advantages of it? Whereas I was there, yeah. Okay. So the advantages of being a PM is you can get a high visibility in your organization, since you will be reporting to your big people, or your reports go to all the way down, all the way to your CEO inbox, your VP, vice president inbox. And so that means as a PM, so you have high visibility. And what are the advantages of it? If you are good in your visibility concern, you can grow in your career as fast as possible. And whereas if you don't show the particular aspects, there is a possibility that you can be thrown out. And as one of the advantages is good compensation. As per the recent studies, PMs are already paid 30% more than your peers. So if you are getting 30,000, I might have already getting 35,000. So that is where project management as an industry is moving towards. And on the disadvantages perspective, it is a high pressure environment. And why? Because you will be reporting to CEO or your vice president or your general manager. And all these guys need reports or status updates every day, because they will be attending leadership meetings with the sponsors, with the CEOs. So they need all the info ready on hand, and it becomes your responsibility as a project manager to provide all that. And documentation, there will be a hell lot of documentation. What the logs or whatever you do and whatever your team do has to be documented. Why? Because let's say you want to build an iPhone. It costed you this year $1 million to develop an iPhone. So next year, if you're developing an iPhone 12, you don't want to do the steps which you have done already extra, and you're already aware that where are we gone wrong, which is already documented in the previous project. We can learn from that. So lessons learned log. There are so many things to project management which you have to do. So yeah, I think that's it from my side.